everybody, it's Candace, and I am here to introduce you guys to our new WerePup. I'd say hi to you from little Remus, Sirius, but he is on the sofa resting from our little adventures yesterday. But I finally finished creating little Miss Luna Savini Moonspell. Isn't she adorable? She's so creepy but cute. She is a vinyl sculpted WerePup, sculpted by Asia Erickson of WerePups. She makes the original silicone WerePups, but she had vinyl kits produced, I believe in Germany, so that those of us who make reborn dolls or alternative reborn dolls could make WerePups as well. And I got her kit. I got this kit back in, I think, September 2017. They were from the first 100 she released. Luna is number 13. I got to choose that number. That's my favorite number. It's my lucky number. And so I got her in September 2017, around there. And I had bought the kit way before I had even decided to start making dolls. I thought I would get her and either learn at some point, which I doubted. So much for doubt myself, because I do it now. But I thought I could get it and then later on save some money and have somebody reborn her for me. But I ended up making dolls myself. But I didn't want to have her be my first doll without having a little experience making some other dolls first. And so she's my fourth doll I've made. And she's far from perfect, but you know, I'm still learning. I'm getting better, but I just felt the need to go ahead and make her. I started making her right a few days right before Padfoot got sick and I had to put him to sleep. So I worked on her while grieving for him, and it was actually very good therapy. It gave me something to focus on other than my grief. Come and get choked up again. But I'm still not letting myself get upset. But she has rooted mohair on her head. I decided not to do the limbs or go very heavy on the face. I just love the WerePup kits, the Robbie vinyl kits. I love seeing their wrinkled little faces and detailed. I maybe should have brought the hair down a little bit more, but I kind of like her forehead, and I rooted her hair very sparsely so you can still see the detailed veins. Her paw pads weren't perfect, and so I was kind of upset about that. And then I didn't like how I weighted her, but that's easily fixed. All I have to do is take the zip tie off the top right here, take it out, and just add a little more stuffing in there and put another zip tie back in. Takes all of 10 minutes, if that. But I had her weighted like I would like a newborn reborn doll, where the head either flops forward or backwards. So that's why her head flops like that. I forgot I was weighting a WerePup and not a regular human or human-looking reborn doll. So, and some people like their WerePups to have a floppy head. I just personally don't. I like them a little bit more solid and firm-bodied, and their heads sitting up. That's what, when Remus's head fell off, and he fell off the roof of my car, and his head went rolling down the driveway, and he almost got run over by a car driving through. But I was able to put him back together, and I was going to reweight him anyway because he's almost 2 years old, and his insides have just gotten kind of mushy. So I reweighted him with new stuffing and everything, and he's a lot more thicker and firmer and bulky, but his plush in there is starting to, you know, finally settle where he's getting real squishy again. I just didn't stuff her as much as I would have liked. So I'm going to go back and fix that sometime next week when I have a little time. The only other complaint I have is when you're rooting, and I've noticed like on the babies, if you're doing the light heads, I don't know if you can see them, but you can see the needle marks, and that's just because she's so fair-skinned, and so I mean you're punching a needle inside vinyl, so you can see the pinpricks, and I hate that. That's another reason why I don't like rooting, because I mean you're putting holes in the head of your doll, and I get some people. I mean I like rooted babies, but if you're doing the hair sparsely, you're gonna see those holes. I did get some of the holes to look a little bit more closed up when I washed her head before I put it back on her body. I washed her hair with shampoo and conditioner. And after her hair dried, I put her head on her body last. And I mean, obviously, because you got to stuff it and weight it, and that's a no-brainer. But so now I've already lost train of thought. Anyway, I didn't stuff her right, and the pinpricks in the head were my only two major complaints. A little underlying complaint is I didn't do the paw pads the way I would have liked. But if I can get a few more of these kits before she sells out of them, you know, I've got a little experience, so I'll do it. I'll do it again. Make some more. She does not have a tail like Remus. I'm going to find a solid white tail to do. And that is her hair in the back. She looks like a little werewolf version of Einstein. She's so cute. And I wanted her to be done by yesterday, which was Saturday, the 27th, because there was a Harry Potter event at Books A Million by my house, and I wanted to take both babies, but it looked like it wasn't going to be possible because the eyes I got for her, the glass eyes that you saw in a previous video, were not the right size, and they didn't fit right, so I couldn't use them, and I was in a time crunch to come up with new eyes. And to get a lot of glass eyes or unique eyes in general, you have to get them from overseas, and it can take a couple months to get them, and I didn't have that kind of time. But my friend Sammy Jo from Cheeky Little Imp Nursery recommended her friend Doris from, I think it's DMH Studio, who makes reborn dolls as well. She has another Facebook page called Reborn Emporium Eyes and Accessories, and she makes custom resin eyes. So she was sweet enough to squeeze me in and make me a pair of these green custom eyes, and they came Thursday morning just in time for me to get them in, get them glued, and they're so beautiful. And this one, I have it set in a way that it looks like the eye is following you. Well, it looks like they're both kind of following you, but she's absolutely adorable. I love her. Now, before I did have her body put together, but she wasn't weighted or anything. She just had a little polyfill, and her limbs stuck on there in her head. And it was before she even had her hair. Well, and then she was put together with her hair at one point as well. But she wasn't weighted, and I was just kind of about her, and she didn't have her eyes yet. So I didn't feel any connection to this doll at all. Even though she's got part of Padfoot in her, which is why I now have this huge love for her. But if you can see in this mole right here, let's see, there's a few white hairs sticking out there, and a few sticking out there. Those are actually Padfoot's fur. It was white fur that the the vet had given me the day I had him put to sleep. And she gave me 3 different colors of his fur to keep his. And so I used the little one Remus, the darker hair, and she got the white. I couldn't get any rooted in here. It just wasn't long enough. It was very, very short. So I managed to get a few to stick in those moles. I love that one. It's just really, really long. It sticks out, just like Padfoot's. He had black whiskers, but he had a white one that just stuck out of his face, just like that. But after I got her put together, weighted, her new eyes and everything, I am just absolutely in love with her. And no, she's not perfect. And no, she doesn't have rooted arms and legs, because I decided not to put the mohair on there for now. I can't always go back and do that, and I might. But for now, I love her as is. I think she's adorable. People are just picking her up yesterday and taking pictures of her and Remus. I love her. Remus will always be my number 1. Even though I didn't make him, I know I should be proud of her and love her more because she's a WerePup that I made. But Remus was, and I don't want to cover her, let me cover her ears. Don't want to offend her. No, Remus was custom made to look like Padfoot and have his hair specifically, and Padfoot loved little Remus. He was always cuddled up with him. Anytime I tried to take him away from Padfoot, Padfoot would be like, and snap at me. So, that was his WerePup. So I love, Remus will always be my number 1. I'm gonna love Remus because he's super, super special. But she has Padfoot's fur, so she as of now is gonna be mine. When I was making her, I thought, well, I'd like to keep her because she's number 13. That's my favorite number. But I figured, well, not a big deal. I can always sell her and, get some more kits or whatever. But, I don't think I could sell her now. She's got Padfoot's fur. And I ended up falling in love with her eyes. And I'm just really, really proud of myself for even getting this far. Because with my really bad arthritis and fibromyalgia and neuropathy, it's hard to sit there and hold a needle and put them hairs in. It took me 5 days just to do her hair. It was worth it, but it was very painful. So I don't think I'll be rooting very many baby heads. I still root the eyelashes on the awake babies. I didn't think to give her any, but I didn't want to do a lot of heavily rooting on her. I just couldn't physically do it, and I didn't want to cover up her details. I love her little veiny veins and her albino skin. I love albino animals, so that's why she looks the way she does. I did have pink eyes for her that I could have used for her, but I just love green, and so I give her green eyes. But that is her. I didn't mean for this video to be so long, but I just wanted to introduce little Luna Savini. And yes, Savini is in reference to Tom Savini. I love him as an actor. Loved him as Sex Machine in From Dusk Till Dawn. He's just a hilarious guy. But he's an amazing special effects artist who's also an inspiration to me. And he's a huge fan of WerePups. He wanted Remus the first time I had seen him with Remus. And I was like, no, and can't have him. And he just kept begging to buy him from me, but I couldn't let him go. But I'd love to make him one, but no. I had to name her Luna because you know how I am about Harry Potter characters. And obviously behind me, I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. So like Remus and Padfoot, she had to have a Harry Potter name. And then Savini just came to me because Tom Savini is a monster special effects artist, and I create monster babies, so he is definitely an inspiration to me as well. And I have an autographed Creepshow poster he signed next to my craft table that, you know, kind of reminds me of that. And then, well, we went to the Harry Potter event yesterday. I'm going to show you this before we leave. And I'll put it up here somewhere, but, well, goodness, I'm not too coordinated today. Well, I got them on yesterday, but Luna was super cute wearing Luna Lovegood Spectre specs. Look at her. Well, I'm not too coordinated, so it is what it is. But that's it for this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Say, we did not mean to take so long, but it was fun anyway. Peace.